Gauteng High School pupils are among more than 5,000 grade 8 to 11 learners taking part in the first round of the National HIP2B I Think Challenge. This is part of the annual National Science Week in partnership with the Department of Science and Technology. The campaign is implemented across all 9 provinces in conjunction with the South African Agency for Science and Technology. So, it's hip to be square.
Would you ever have thought a lesson in dance moves to Michael Jackson's Thriller to start off a science contest? Well, the lesson is not lost on these budding scientists.
All of the people who have come up with breakthroughs in the past 300 years have been scientists, because that's what scientists do. They have knowledge about things. So really, even if you're a dancer, you should know about science, because you have to know about the anatomy of the body.
It adds to my schoolwork because it makes me more sociable. It requires leadership skills, analytical thinking, thinking outside of the box, just creative things like that. And it also helps me with my schoolwork because I also learn a lot about myself.
Whatever your dream, whatever your ambition.
Mark Shuttleworth's Hip to be Square was founded to promote the study of maths, science and technology-related subjects. The I Think Challenge develops students' ability to communicate in these subjects in a practical way. Maths, science and technology are directly linked to analytical thinking, and problem-solving are the skills that are key for an adept workforce which can contribute to the economic prosperity of South Africa.
What I really like about it is I've got a lot of kids who are very curious about the subject, but the difficulty is that often in the curriculum there's a certain syllabus that you have to follow. And I think what they really enjoy about something like this is the fact that it gets them to be able to think outside of just what they have to know for the next test, and it just engages their curiosity.
Learners participate in a variety of science and maths-related tasks, riddles and problems. They use various Hip to be Square touch points, including the brand's website, cell phones, magazines and radio, to search for clues to the various tasks and questions.
It provides me a wider range of career options for university and for the future.
Winners of the Gauteng round will compete against other provincial winners in a second round. The top 3 teams from the second round will be flown to Cape Town in September to compete for the Hip to be Square I Think champion title. This challenge is one of the many Hip to be Square projects designed to engage with the youth and encourage them to choose maths and science as matric subjects. For Morning Live, I'm Desiree Jalke.
That was one of the national, I think, challenges related to National Science Week, one of the national challenges to Science Week. Now, others are taking place in various schools in the 9 provinces. From Hip to be Square, let's talk to Cathryn Treasure. Welcome to Morning Live on SABC2. How are you, Cathryn?
I'm well, thank you. And happy birthday to the SABC.
Well, thank you very much. 5,000 children. How do you hope to get to all of these kids?
It'll be 5,000 children in the regional rounds of the competition, but for the entirety of the challenge, we hope to reach over 10,000 learners. There's a regional challenge, a semi-final round later this month, and then a final round taking place in Cape Town. We have many touch points of the brand, and we fully understand that learners across the country have varying levels of access to technology. So the range of the brand's touch points takes all of this into account. Just recently, we quadrupled the print run of our magazine to up to 1 million copies a year, which goes to over 4,000 schools across the country. And that'll go a long way to helping us reach every single learner that we possibly can across South Africa.
Now, since Hip to be Square started, have you been able to measure the uptake of the subjects that you encourage?
We have. It's difficult to quantify in terms of the inspiration that we've been able to send across the country to our learners. Most often the success of the brand can be quantified in the number of lives and the quality of lives that it has touched. We can monitor the success of the brand across the brand ambassador program. We have many learners whose lives have been changed for the better after the interaction with the Hip to be Square brand. We're also engaging on a behavior change measurement campaign where we hope to measure the number of students who are choosing to take matric subjects such as maths and science, and those students that are already studying maths and science, we hope to inspire them to continue with these studies, and we hope to be able to track that.
Any interesting innovations by young people that you've come across?
Several. One of the privileges of my job is to come into contact with a number of remarkable young people, and many of our brand ambassadors are working on a number of projects which are incredibly inspiring and thought-provoking, and they're going a long way to come up with solutions to many of the challenges that we face across South Africa. We have a number of our brand ambassadors extremely interested in green issues, climate change, carbon dioxide, smoke in the townships. They're coming up with a number of products and innovations. A brand ambassador in rural Limpopo has invented a saltwater battery. You and I spoke about that 2 years ago, actually. So yes, there are a number of young people working on remarkable projects across the country.
Now, after winning the competitions, how do you continue to support the kids? Is there some kind of structured program that takes them sort of to the next level?
The kids that win the Hip to Be Square I Think Challenge, you mean?
After being successful in the programs that you're doing, how do you assist the kids going forward?
Across the board, the brand has a number of touch points. We have a digital platform, a website, interactive social media platforms. We have our magazine. We recently launched one of South Africa's first online youth radio shows. We have this I Think Challenge that's launched last week to coincide with National Science Week, which launches today. We have daily interaction with all of these learners. They communicate with us across a range of touch points, and we can monitor them and mentor them throughout their school journey. And we follow them after school, and we stay in touch with them after school to see the impact that the Hip to Be Square brand had in their lives and what they've chosen to do with their lives, what they've chosen to study, which career options they've chosen to follow. It's very important for us to be able to follow these young learners after school to see what they've become and what they've chosen to do. So yes, the program certainly has a structure to be able to help these young people.
Yeah.
And we're very lucky to have a strong network of organizations who work with us across South Africa, whether it's bursaries or guiding them or mentoring them in career opportunities, whether it's study programs. Yes, we have many structures in place to help these young learners.
Now, Rodin is considered prestigious, and one would assume children who go there already have access to what your project offers. What is your criteria in choosing participants?
The criteria for choosing our brand ambassadors is that they firstly are nominated by their teachers, because their prime role is to inspire their peers. So we look for learners that are confident, well-rounded, confident in their abilities. They don't have to be the top academic learners in their school, but they need to be academically strong. We've chosen one of the learners this year is from Rodin, as you mentioned. That's where the Gauteng round of the I Think Challenge took place, because many of these learners have the infrastructure at these schools to be able to go out and help learners in areas where they don't have the resources available to them. So this specific learner at Rodin, our brand ambassador there, she's able to go out into the communities and reach many, many learners, which is key for us. Each brand ambassador has a target of how many learners they have to reach throughout their year of reign as an ambassador. Okay. And this particular young learner is able to reach many in her surrounding areas.
Is there a website where young people can read some more about the initiative? What's the website they can visit?
Absolutely. The Hip to Be Square website is www.hip2b2.com. Okay. You can also find us on Mixit, on Twitter. We have a Facebook page.
Okay.
They can download our magazine from the website. There's several touch points that they can find the brand.
All right, brilliant. Cathy, thank you very much and good luck with the project. Cathryn Treasure joining us from our studios in Cape Town. You're watching Morning Live here on SABC2. Good morning to you. We're going to take a break. We'll talk a little bit later about the SABC being 75 years old. Happy birthday to the SABC. We'll be back in a moment.